This is the first creature with a bow that has reach so far in this set. That's 1 out of what, 3 or 4?
This is the first creature that has reach, right?
With the bow.
And with a bow, yeah.
More importantly, with the bow.
With a bow.
We've seen what, 4 now? At least 3, but probably this is the 4th one. And finally, the bow is represented in in-game text. Oh my god.
Okay, so this is the last color we're gonna do. I love doing the green set review because it's always interesting to see what you guys think about the green. Because as we saw in a ton of sets, green, they can do a lot of kind of wrong design choices on green limited, with making removal a bit worse than everything else, and then make everything not affecting the board in terms of either aggression or control. A lot of time green doesn't have the best direction because the interaction is usually a bit too low, and the early game and late game is kind of, the green usually doesn't have a focused early game and late game. So it's always interesting to see how they are gonna how good the green is gonna be. So yeah, this is probably my favorite part of the set review. Okay,
Alright,
so I'm gonna
let's
read the
go.
commons, right? And then Mobieus uncommons and Scotty the rares.
Sure.
Okay, Bird Admirer, it's a 2 and a green human werewolf that has a stat line of 1/4. It has reach and it has daybound. On its night side, it's a 3/5 reach. Yeah, this is serviceable. This set has disturbed creatures. They're gonna be flying. Yeah, I'm fine with this card. It does become a 3/5, which is usually like 5 mana worth of card. 1/4 each is something that you usually get for 3, so this combination is really nice. Not busted or anything, but I think the card is completely fine. I would put it on a C. I think green is gonna need, it is gonna need reach, especially against white and blue, with all of its disturb things going on. So yeah, I'm fine with C for this. Could go down to C minus, but C is something that I'm gonna averagely pick it on.
I'm gonna start it at a C minus. Yeah, insert spider card name, transforms into insert slightly better spider card name. It's all right.
C for me.
Okay. We got a Bounding Wolf. It's 3 mana 3/2 flash reach wolf. Okay, that's fine. It can trade with a lot of things. There are 4 trees for 4. It trades with flyers, but it trades with flyers, right? Usually before we had like a 3/2 was just flash for 3/2 in a lot of sets. It's nice that it's a bit better than that, but I'm not in love with this thing. I think it's just D plus. Like I don't like 3/2s for 3. Not a big fan, even if they have flash and reach. Okay, one nice thing. Yes, doesn't interrupt day or night.
Yes.
But when you come to that part of the game, you're not super happy playing a 3-drop. So it helps, but I don't think it's anything special. If your red-white needs reach, it gets better. And if you, yeah, red-white, sorry, or red-green. But just a D+, just a D+ for me.
D plus for me as well, and it's absolute bullshit. This wolf is not carrying a bow. That's bullshit.
It's Bounding Wolf.
So you're saying this wolf can jump higher than I can shoot my bow? That's some bull.
Probably not. Oh, but it's, you know that guy? Like it's like they came bounding over. You know that?
Sure.
Yeah, Moon is a D plus.
Yeah. We got a Bramble Armor for 1 and a green. It's an artifact equipment that says equipped creature gets +2/+1, and when it enters the battlefield, you attach it to target creature you control. It equips for 4. That's a lot But +2/+1 is fine stat line for equipment. 4 is a lot. 4 is definitely a lot. But it does equip right away, so it's 2 equips right away.
What is this? What is this a scuffed version of from Eldraine?
The 1 mana that does +2/+1 but equips for 5, but you gotta attach it to non-human if I'm correct.
Thorn Halberd.
Yes, this is a scuffed version of that.
I
It's just-
mean, I'm
Cheap version.
not in low it is. I mean, D+, maybe even low. I think
Oh.
it's on a D+ if you need. If you need this, like, there are creatures that have more toughness than power, then it really pushes them a bit. If you need some mana sink later on, I don't think you're gonna need it, but if you do, this helps. Man, I'm just putting this on a D. On a D. If you need that mana sink later on, this helps.
Okay. I'm getting this D minus. I'm never gonna play this. It's a bad card, isn't it? Like, why? I'll just play a creature instead. Like, why am I playing this? No keywords. 4 to re-equip, 2 to play. No, thank you. Goodbye.
D.
Yeah, D seems nice. Okay, next one. Not exciting. Candlelight Cavalry for 4 and a green. It's a 5/5 and Coven. It gains Trample. There was a time when a 5 mana 5/5 was really good. Don't think that time is upon us. If you need a 5/5 for 5, you play it. You don't care about his Coven that much. Sure, D+, if you need it, to take it.
Sure, yeah. D plus seems about right.
If you don't have 5 drops,
D plus is fine.
just get it. Unexciting so far. For 4 mana, you get a human 2/4 that says add one mana of any color as a tap ability, and it gains you 3 life when it enters the battlefield. This is like the Death Centaur Rejuvenator. I mean, again, stat line not that good in a high power set like this one. If you could use the like, splashing is not that easy, but this helps if you have some powerful splashes. The stat line is pretty weak, like 2/4. Gain life is fine, no life and synergies though. It can ramp you into getting the flashback cards that cost a lot, like do cost a lot. Ramp on 4 is usually not that good, but ramp on 4 in this set could be a little bit better, with because you're gonna be doing a lot of things in the late game as well. This was great in War, it was pretty mediocre in War. I want a D+. If you need this, you take it. You don't take it before you need it, I think. D+.
Sure. D plus seems good.
All right. I think this is simultaneously archetype defining and also not that good. I think there's a couple redundancy pieces in green that help you fix for additional colors, which is actually kind of nice. I think blue-green does it best as its archetype. I think
Yeah.
blue-green is probably where you center around your splashes. D+.
Yeah, unexciting card so far. Talk about unexciting. Duel for Dominance, 1 and a green. It's an instant. Okay, so it's an instant speed card.
Excuse me.
That that makes two creatures. Sorry, that makes one of your creatures fight one of the opponent's creatures. That's what it does. But if you have Coven, you put a +1/+1 counter on one of those chosen creatures, right? On your creature, you put a +1/+1 counter on your creature almost always. Worst wording ever. So this is a fight spell without Coven, but you get a +1/+1 counter if the Coven is active. Instant speed, Prey Upon. I don't like Prey Upon is weak, I think. This Coven helps it a lot. Like +1/+1 counter. On a fight spell, it means it's pretty big. But I have this as a C, because its base, just fight spell, is pretty bad. It's not very good. It's not very good even if it's even if this is instant speed.
Sure, C seems good. Nothing to write home about.
Yeah.
Cosine C.
I don't know why. I don't know why we have these fight spells still in green. Like fight spells need to be really good for them to be playable.
There should be punch spells now. There should be no more fight unless it's significantly discounted, like 1 mana fight, or if it's got upsides.
Yeah, it's because it always opens you up for 2-for-1. Now, like even if it just deals damage, doesn't fight it does open you up for 2-for-1. You do need to have a creature on the battlefield, making your creature have to be bigger and survive the fight. Prey Upon is just a pretty bad card, and yeah, this is similar a lot of times. It costs more. Instant speed saves it to be a C. Like no need to make green removal bad. Like you need really good fight spells or deal damage spells. Eccentric Farmer. Sorry guys for going back to the card. Eccentric Farmer for 2 and a green. It's a 2/3 human that says when it enters the battlefield, mill 3 cards, then you may return a land card from your graveyard to your hand. Yeah, I'm fine with this. There is milling in set, so it self-mill helps, definitely. If you do get a line with this, and most often you will, like more than 1/3 of your deck is consistent of lands every time, so there's a huge chance that you are gonna get a land. I like this card a lot. I'm not sure, so I want to give it a B-, but it's at least a C+, at least a high C+, but I'm gonna think
Also
about B-.
And I hate self-mill, so
I'm okay with a B-. I'm okay with a B- on this card.
good. Yep, I agree. B- for this card. Monstrosity of a card. Milling
C+.
yourself. Ugh.
C+, Scotty?
Yep.
Yep.
You're not a big believer?
No. Well, C+ is very good.
You don't think this goes into B- territory? 3 mana, 2/3.
like,
you mill yourself?
The effect is very good. I want a little bit more in the stat.
Yeah, the stats are nothing that special, but if you do get a land like from a 2/3 for
But
3,
it's not bad either.
and you are getting
Like 3 mana, 2/3 is fine.
I think a 3 mana 2/3 is bad.
Yeah, but it could. Look, man, we wouldn't be surprised if this was a 3 mana 2/2. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm happy with what I get with Wizards.
Yeah. This could be a 2/2. And it will be fine. Like, you do get... You are gonna get a land. I mean, it's not only... You are gonna get a land most of the time. Most of the
And
time.
it doesn't
it's
have
not
to be
just
a
that.
land you just milled, okay? Let's just put that out there as well. If you milled before playing this, you can take a different land that's already in your graveyard. It doesn't have to be a land you just milled. I mean, it's worth noting, I guess.
How the effect is good. Milling is good already, but okay, imagine if this was a 2/3 and you get you reveal the cards until you get a land, and then you put that land in your hand, and the rest go on the bottom of your library. So it's a 2/3 for 3 that lets you hit your land drops, and it doesn't cost you a card to hit them. But this is better. This is better. But because it does mill you, so you can get Disturb, so you can get Flashback. So it's sometimes this is gonna get you a land, a 2/3, almost always a land, always a 2/3, and a lot of times it is gonna get you. I mean, there are gonna be a good number of times when it gets you another card you can play with Flashback.
Okay.
Okay, we got a Harvest Tide Sentry for 1 and the green is a 3/1 that is a human and says Coven. At the beginning of combat of your turn, if you have Coven, this card cannot be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less this turn. Not bad. Nothing special. It's okay. 3-1 for 2 is fine-ish.
Hold on. What did we give the white 2/1 that fetches a land?
The white 1-1.
A white 1/1 that fetches a land.
B minus? I can't remember.
What was it called?
Ambitious Farmhand. Scotty gave it B minus. Is this that much worse for you, Scotty? I think this is bad. No,
Yeah.
It's not better. It's not better.
I think it's worse. By a step.
Okay.
What? Why can't
Why?
I see Ambitious Farmhand, chat? It was a common, right?
I think it was uncommon. Yeah, it
Ah.
was uncommon.
That's why I couldn't see it then. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I gave it a straight up B. Yep. Fair enough. Okay. Sorry. Continue. Somebody
I can
asked in chat, so.
All I can see is removal bounce making this really bad. Making what really bad? Bloody John. So, yeah, this is nothing that special, but it's okay. D plus.
Yeah, D plus.
C plus is fine.
Hull of the Hunt for 2 and a green is a flash enchant creature aura. When it enters the battlefield, and if enchanted creature is a wolf or werewolf, untap that creature. Enchanted creature has 2/2 and vigilance. Yeah, this fine.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Nothing. There's. Go ahead. Sorry. Oh.
This is fine. This is fine. It's a trick that stays on the battlefield. Keeps it +2/+2. It does have the vigilance. It can trick your opponents when your wolves and or werewolves already attacked. Flash is something you can use on your opponent's turn after you turn them into the nightbound side while it's night. Maybe a lot of times creature is gonna be too big for the opponent to get 2 for 1. But this is fine. I mean, vigilance is also something that matters. Usually we saw, like, last time we saw this was M20, where it just gave +2/+2, and it was very playable in a lot of decks. I'm gonna give this a C minus. I like this more than a lot of tricks.
I'm just gonna give it a straight up C. I think it's really good, right? Because it actually untaps your wolf or werewolf. That's so huge. Because what that means is you can attack and then also keep this up. With the previous one, you actually already needed vigilance, or you needed to not attack and stay back. And that made it a little bit more obvious as well. Although I guess when people get used to this set, they'll.
The other one
they'll
didn't give you
right?
vigilance.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You couldn't attack with it.
Yeah.
You can attack with your creature, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one untaps and give vigilance. So not only can you try and attack, and maybe they'll block, you could also decide, I'll attack and then slap this on and deal the extra damage and untap my guy. Like, this lets you play it in basically any window you want to. It's so flexible. Yeah, definitely C from me.
I mean, this is a premium combat trick, and even then, you can't stack up, nor do I really think you want to be prioritizing combat tricks. C minus. Good stuff.
Yeah, same. Really good combat trick. Might of the Old Ways for 1 and a green. It's an instant that says target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn, and then if you have Coven, you draw a card. Okay, I like this trick a lot. This is gonna help you activate Coven depending on where you use it. Like +2/+2 is if you have 3 creatures. It's not super easy to activate Coven, but I do like it a lot. This is one of the premium tricks. I think I'm gonna give it a C minus.
I think C minus is right, because it actually does help you, right? You could have a 2/2/2s and a 1/1, then you could play this on one of the 2/2s, and then Coven's active all of a sudden. Plus, it's a combat trick. Plus, you get to replace itself. Pretty good. Doesn't require too much.
This trick is gas. C minus.
Yeah, this is great trick, just great trick. Paid to the festival. For 2 and a green, search your library for a basic land card, put that card onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. If there are 3 or more basic land types among lands you control, scry 1. So if you're playing this, you are going to be scrying 1, I'm pretty sure. And it has flashback for 4 and a green. Okay, I don't know how much the flashback is gonna... like... I don't know about it. It's nice that it has flashback, but who really cares about it? These cards are never very good, like if you really need it. Like even when these cards have cycling, they're nothing special. And cycling actually saves you from having this card at a time where you don't need it, which is gonna be a good amount of times. So I'm just putting this on a D. When your deck needs it, you're gonna take it, never before that. And that's gonna be pretty late in the draft, and you're gonna know that.
Yeah, you'll take it when you splash it. That's it.
Okay, I'm gonna take these highly, and I'm gonna play a ton of them. It's a D.
Okay.
What did you
Pestilent
pay?
Wolf for 1 and a green. It's a 2/2 wolf that has an activated ability for 2 and a green. That's 3 in total, and it gains Death Touch after you use it until the end of turn. Okay, a 2/2 that can later kill a lot of things, but it's still a 2/2 for 2, which I'm not amazed at if that's the only thing it is. This gets a D plus from me. It's nice that it can kill anything later, but it is a hefty cost, and you gotta keep it up when you are going to block. So yeah, D plus.
I'm gonna get slightly higher at C minus. 2 mana 2/2, fine. It's your 2-drop. Nothing to write home about. It's mostly vanilla until you keep up the mana, and you'll keep up the mana when you need to, right? Obviously, for late game you'll be up anyway. But like mid game, if your opponent has a threat, you just keep up to 3 mana. If you need to, and it's also a wolf. That matters a tiny bit.
So there's a common mirror here between red and green. Pestilent Wolf being a 2 mana 2/2, and there's also Red Wolf with a 2 mana 2/2 with a relatively expensive activated ability. Which the deal is, hey, you can just use this activated ability on your turn and then pass, like while spending mana to do something, and flip your werewolves into night. So that's sort of like the deal there. That being said, they're still pretty filler, I'd say. These cards are pretty filler. I'm gonna give this a D plus. No, I'm gonna give this a C minus. Death Touch is a good ability.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
pretty good. I might
Notice
end up
favorite
taking
card?
it a bit higher. The slower the set is, the better it gets, I guess. Plummet.
C minus.
Plummet F cyborg grade. You know, when you put it in best of 3s basically. That okay?
Sure. Let's move on.
F.
Return to nature, F, and a cyborg grade. I'm not even gonna read this. Yeah, enchantment, artifact, hate, exile card, everything here can work. Note, you need to exile before they use flashback, because it is no longer in the graveyard, it is on the stack after they use it, or after they use the disturb. So
Isn't it sad that even after decades, green always gets these type of cards
why is
that
it
just
sad?
take up card slots in the card pool in limited that are
don't-
just like strictly sideboard cards? It's really sad.
Yeah, I think they should do a little bit more. Like we had a plummet in the FR that was like 5 damage
Double
plummet,
damage. That was
Yeah.
great.
but it doubled the power and toughness. You mean that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That
really
was
nice to have that effect that you can mainboard it sometimes. But it's like strictly not mainboardable. F and a cyborg grade. Scotty, same?
Regardless of all the graveyard stuff going on, don't get tricked into main decking this.
Yep. Like either they're gonna get a card in the graveyard by milling, and then you're using a card and they aren't, or they're gonna play a card and then they're gonna have it in the graveyard, and again you're using a card that they are not. So it's like negative card advantage in every situation, and it's reactive. Shadow Beast Sighting for 3 and a green. It's a sorcery that creates a 4/4 beast creature token and has flashback for 7 mana. Only 1 green symbol. Yes! It's a 4/4/4/4. That's beautiful. And it can be another 4/4/4/7. Yes! B
Wow.
for best beast in the set.
Oh, this is pretty interesting. They obviously very pointedly did not make this a werewolf, which is fine. It wouldn't have made it busted or anything, but very, very pointedly changed the art quickly, removed the werewolf face and put a human there, and yeah, sure. Sure. I can see what you're doing, Wizards. B from me.
B is heckin' high. I'm gonna go B minus. This card's really good though.
I mean, it's 2-in-1 card, right?
It's really
And
good, yeah.
the base is a 4-mana 4/4. Like
Base 4/4, 4/4.
I don't know how much else I need to give it a B.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going a 4/4/4 is B minus in a lot of sets. Not sure if it's on this one, but yeah, man, it's just like even if you mill it, it's fine. Okay. Anything else to add?
Nope.
No.
Snarling Wolf. For a green, you get a 1/1, and it's a wolf. And for 1 and a green, Snarling Wolf gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Activate only once each turn. Considerably worse, I think, than the vampire.
Considerably.
Yeah.
No synergies. Not as threatening
Yeah.
because double blocks are possible. You know.
Worse.
Or,
Single block.
I mean, you don't really have any payoffs for hitting them. I don't know. It doesn't block tokens, like human tokens and stuff. It's just not as good as it. It's very cute though.
Yeah, I don't like this card. I'm giving this a D minus, and it's not really good in any archetype. I don't know. I'm giving this a D minus. I really dislike this card, and once per turn is so low. What about you guys?
It's so crazy. Like, what has happened to Wizards that they've started to put once per turn on all these pump abilities, or like on a lot of them? Was that stupid stone root ball or whatever thing so powerful that they had to nerf it? To
You mean like
Wow.
20 years ago or something?
Yeah, like come on, man. This kind of thing really shows the age. I feel like a Wizard, but I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just completely out of touch with power levels of cards and stuff.
I mean,
But
that card was
D-
better
for
than
me, I
this
don't wanna
card,
pick it.
so
Why not trample at least? Exactly. All right. D minus, Scotty.
D for me. D for me.
Wow.
Can we go back to Shadow Beast sighting?
yes.
Yes.
Yeah, let's extend the set review. I apologize. What grade did y'all give Voracious Typhon in the end?
don't know what that is.
Typhon.
Voracious Typhon,
for the
4-mana
grade?
4/4 with Escape. For like
From
7
the
mana.
grade?
Oh,
I don't
you
even
mean?
remember.
Oh, okay. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna check that out.
It must have been a C minus or a C plus or a B minus, right?
THB. We gave it a. B minus from me, B minus from Mobius, and a C plus from you.
Huh, at least we're consistent.
Yep.
It
Very
is-
consistent.
I'm glad we're
is-
consistent. Okay.
The cool thing about this is like it doesn't.
Require anything, just
Yeah, it doesn't interact like poorly with your other flashback cards.
I also think it's easier to bin this in the graveyard than it was in Theros Beyond Death.
Yes.
That's also true.
There's more self-mill here.
Plus, it's you just any flashback cards you play them when you want. You don't have to remove other cards, and this is single green, which also helps.
You
it, I mean.
convinced me, Scotty. I'll put this down to a B minus as well. I think overall it's about the same.
It's nothing gonna be like
The stat line of Typhon was ridiculous when you brought it back. 7/7. Just go away, man.
that's true.
That thing
All
was
right, nice. Successful.
yeah.
But it's not that easy to get 5 cards in the grave. That's as well. This is just like
It wasn't that
seven
hard
or
either.
So Scotty has this on a D, right?
Snarling
What?
Wolf on a D.
Yeah. Higher than us for some reason. I don't know. I don't see when you'll play this, but
Yeah.
speaking of 1-drops you don't like.
Scotty always likes the 1-drops a bit more. That's normal.
I didn't like my Vamp Rat.
Yeah, that's weird.
He just
Tapping
doesn't like
on the
vampires.
tapping.
Vampire racist.
Yes, that's what he is. Tapping at the window for one. And, look at him tapping at a window for 1 and a green. It's a sorcery. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest into your graveyard. For a flashback of 3 mana, you do the same thing. I don't know. It's nice to put things in the graveyard.
But no. No is the conclusion. You're gonna inevitably reach here, Lola.
Yeah, I kind of don't want to do it, especially since it's sorcery, not instant speed.
Even at instant, it would probably be no, right?
Exactly, no
Why is it
competition for the
green?
resources.
Why not? Green has had this kind of effect many times.
This is D minus. I don't like this card at all.
Yep, D minus.
I'll give it a D. I hate it.
No, give it a D from me. Maybe your super heavy flashback deck, creature heavy deck can do this. I mean, how do you have super heavy flashback decks with creature deck? I don't know, but let's put it on a D.
Just splash in your Azorius Disturb deck. Okay.
That's interesting. That's
Splashing what?
interesting.
Splashing what?
Yeah.
Splash it in your Azorius Disturb deck.
Yeah. Timberland Guide for 1 and a green. It's a 1/1, and when it enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. It's a human. D+. This is fine. No counter synergies. It's fine.
No counter synergies. C minus.
Oh, it enables Coven, but we didn't see a lot of things where you need Coven enabled. I don't. I can give it a C minus. I guess it's a C minus.
I think C minus is like the minimum you should give this kind of card.
Yeah,
even without synergies, the flexibility is great, right?
But it's still a 1/1 that puts a counter. I mean, it is.
And
It is.
a 2/2.
At first, it's a D card, but it can be a bit better. Okay, I'm fine with a D. I'm fine with it. Sorry, I'm fine with a C minus, just because of the Coven and.
Okay, next.
And that's it. Scotty.
Scotty.
Oh, it's Mobius' turn to ignore me now.
No, I meant
Yes,
next,
yes.
not next card. Sorry.
Yes.
C minus is fine.
Fucking Mobius. Tireless Hauler for 4 and a green. It's a 4/5 vigilance with A-bound, but when it comes night, it's a 6/6 vigilance, which is fine.
Hey, baby. You can hold me any day.
It's fine. Like 4/5 is usually not something that you really want for 5 mana. It becomes like a 6/6. It's alright. It's a 5-drop as well. I'm okay with this on C minus. Or even a C. Is this
I mean,
a C?
I'm on a C. I think this is decent. Even at 5 mana, this is a decent card.
I like Vigilance's ability. I actually think that the front side is pretty respectable on its own, but it's still C minus to me.
Yeah.
Just because it's a 5-drop, I think it is a C minus.
Yep. All right.
Brood
That's it
Weaver.
for the comments.
Oh,
Wait.
it's you, Mobius. We're done with commons.
Any comments, huh?
I'm not very
Alright,
happy with
no
green
comments.
commons.
Yeah. They're mostly shite. Okay, let's do uncommons. First card is Broodweaver. 3 colorless, 1 green for a 2/4 spider creature with reach. And when it dies, create a 1/2 green spider creature token with reach. Hello. I like this. I like this a lot. But, I mean, that's nice. I'm gonna give this a C+. 2 and 1, even though the second is a bit smaller, but it still blocks. It still blocks the pesky flyers that you need to block. Yeah, even better out of sideboard, obviously. But I mean, this is super main boardable. Yeah, C+.
Yeah, even though the second creature is small, I think it's heckin' annoying. I think this is a pretty good package of value. C+ for me as well.
I'm okay with a C+. I don't know, am I okay with a C+? I think I'm on a C.
Okay.
It's nice versus Disturb, right? Even when it dies, like X, a lot of Disturb cards are X1, so it is gonna block them. So it's fine. I'm on a C. I'm just on a C.
Penumbra Spider. What color? What rarity was Penumbra Spider?
Uncommon. Wow, Penumbra Spider is so much better. I didn't realize.
The
Jesus
fuck?
Christ.
When was that printed? What set is that?
Time Spiral or something, or Planar Chaos. I don't know.
I never played Time Spiral. Come on. All right. They obviously. I mean, from what I heard, Time Spiral had a lot of like iffy cards in it because they were like future, whatever. I don't know. All right, next card is Burly Breaker. 3 colorless, 2 green for a 6/5 human werewolf with Ward 1. Well, that's dumb.
That's pretty dumb.
And then Dire Strain Demolisher. 8/7 werewolf with Ward 3. Oh my gosh. Okay, I mean, I guess the uncommon rarity has definitely leveled up this 5-drop. I guess it is also double green, but that barely matters, man. This is a dumb card. I'm going to give this a C+.
What the fuck?
Very powerful. 5 mana 6/5.
Wait, what did you give
Nice.
it?
Ward 1. Nice. And if it's Knight, oh my god, what are they going to do? It's an 8/7 with Ward 3? Extremely hard to remove. It is the biggest, baddest werewolf.
What's your final grade on it, Mobieus? Sorry.
C+. It's a 5-drop still.
I'm a little bit bothered by the lack of evasion. A little bit. It's huge though. I'm gonna say C+ instead of B-, but I think it's really close.
What the hell?
Yeah. No keywords other than the ward feels bad, but I mean Ward 3 is huge, right? Ward 3 is huge.
Ward
Ward 1 is annoying because you might have to wait a turn to remove it. Ward 3 is just like when am I going to be able to remove this with a spell? Not
Okay.
before I have to trade on board or chump or whatever.
Okay, one thing to note, Ward 3 is not as good as it would be in other sets, because white has 1 mana thing to remove it, blue has 2 mana, those are commons, right? Black has 1 mana, 2 mana to remove it. It's like all these 3 colors are okay with Ward 3, but I mean, it's huge. It's like the front side is a 6/5. That's overstated already in my books. With Ward 1, why not? And then like 8/7, it's a 5-drop. This is a 5-drop. Sure, evasion would be nice for it to have. This is crazy, I think. I cannot get this lower than a B grade. Like, this is the 5-drop. Are you guys rather playing that red uncommon that deals 1 damage or 2 damage? The flyer?
What? Sorry?
That red uncommon flyer, 4/3, that deals 1 damage or 2 damage?
You're talking about the drag that pings.
The Penumbra Dragon, whatever the name it is.
Do we both have those at B-?
You have it as a C+, Scotty.
Yeah, I take this card over that card, but I like this card better.
Not that much. Mobieus, what do you like more?
Wait, which card are we... The dragon's better, right? It flies?
I like this much more. Like, this is huge! This is fucking huge.
You're on a B?
I want to give it a B, but I think I'm gonna... Man, I just want to give it a B. It's so big. Wow. I mean, 8/7 when it's night now. That's some transformation. Like, it's so... Wow.
Come on, man.
I give it a high B-. I don't think it's a B still, but a very, very solid B-. This is really, really powerful.
All right.
Lola's second name Timmy, you fucker. It's like, come on, man. It's a 5-drop 6/5. Like 5-drop 6/5 with Ward 1 is already overstated. And it becomes an 8/7. Jesus Christ.
Okay. Clear shot. 2 colorless, 1 green for an instant, which says target creature you control gets +1/+1 until end of turn. And it deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. There we go. That's better. Better Hunter's Mark? No, Hunter's Mark was a counter. This is just +1/+1. That's fine.
Hunter's Mark was not a counter.
Sorry?
It was not a counter. It was a +1/+1.
In M21?
Wait, are you talking about AFR? AFR had the Hunter's Mark.
No, I'm talking about M21.
Okay, that's not the same card then. You're thinking about some other card.
What was the one in M21 then? It doesn't matter. This is like a... I'm gonna give this a B-. It does enough. You can block something and then kill something else. It's fine. B-.
Having to be attached to a
Understand.
creature is rough, but this is about as good as your green removal bite spell gets.
Yeah.
Ever. Well, maybe not besides rares like Primal Might, but this card is nice. I'm gonna give it a B minus though. It's very strong.
High B minus. This card is amazing, amazing, amazing. Yeah, very, very high B minus. And thanks, Suka. Thank you for the dono. By the way, everybody, please check out the guys, Scotty, and Mobieus. Mobieus just recently became a dad, so he's not been streaming as consistently. But follow his Twitter. He's probably gonna get back at one point. Maybe. Hopefully.
Please say in it for Sukasuk for the dono.
And Scotty streams like regularly with his beautiful hand, even though I never saw her. I love the clear shot. This is gonna make combat a nightmare. This is gonna be 2-for-1 in good amount of cases. It's nice that it's 3 mana. Like I'm fine playing this for more. Really, really good card. Like a high B minus. Again, you need some creature on the battlefield, but this can be 2-for-1 in a lot of situations. First, instant speed, then +1/+1 does matter in cards like this. Okay, next one.
Contortionist Troop. Actually, no. What does this say, Lola? Shit, I've already said it.
Contortionist Troop? That's
Dang
what
it.
I would say.
No funny pronunciation means Lola stocks go down. Sorry, mate. Contortionist Troop, X green for a 0/0 human creature. And when it ETBs, it comes in with X +1/+1 counters on it. Alright. The vine thingy-mabobber. And it has Coven. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. That's nice. That's nice. But also trash. So I think I'm just gonna give this a... The combination of the flexibility, albeit always under curve, and the Coven trigger will give this a D+.
Dang, I think this is a good card.
You are incorrect.
This game's to land exactly where you want it to be. Undercosted is quite bad. However, the Coven ability I think is very strong. It's also I also like the flavor of this one. You know, it's sort of like a tightrope dance that you have to walk to not turn off your own Coven. So I like that effect of it. But overall, I think this is a pretty stinking solid card. I think this is sort of a payoff for actually paying attention to Coven. I think this is a C+.
Yeah, I also think it's a C+.
Boo! Really? I didn't think you'd be high on this, but okay.
Yeah, I think Scotty accidentally said undercosted, but yeah, he meant overcosted. Definitely overcosted for its stats. But
Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry.
yeah, can't really.
Underpowered for its stuff. Underpowered for its cost.
Oh, I was actually talking about Scotty. He just accidentally used the wrong word. But I think everybody knows what he's talking about. Yeah, you put it exactly where you want it to be. Like in vacuum, pretty bad. But I mean, you're gonna see if it's gonna work in your deck. Like putting counter on something on the end of your turn. If you can do it a few times, it's pretty good. If you do it once, this becomes like normal started. If you put it on this, but you can put it anywhere. I don't think you want to put it on this that often, because you kind of want to make something else a threat, so this can continuously give you the value. Yeah, I think it's completely fine. Like you can even play it as a 2-drop in some cases, and then just get Coven on turn like 3 sometimes even. Like you play a 0 something and then this, and then like a 2/3 or something. Yeah, I'm fine with this. Or there's
trying very hard to make this card look better, and it's not really working.
It's like on 3. I mean, I'm just saying what I believe about this card. Like on turn 3, there is that uncommon that is 0/4. We're gonna see it soon. That makes a 1/1. So you can play this.
I'm gonna take a quick break. Sorry.
You're gonna have a little break.
Just 2 minutes.
Okay. I think it's fine for what it is. Like especially if you have multiples of this, it gets better. Obviously, if you can get there. I don't think the set is gonna be as aggressive, so these kind of effects will have a value, and you can play things from your graveyard, some disturb cards in the right color, to still have enough creatures. So yeah, I'm fine with this. And later on in the game, it gets better when you can play it as a bigger thing, so it's fine. Top deck, yeah, I'm fine with this. Super solid C+. Chat is on from B to C minus, like all the grades covered.
Still, everyone in chat is higher than Mobieus.
So what do you say?
Everyone in chat is still higher than Mobieus.
Yeah, that's true. What Mobieus give it, like a D+?
D+.
Yeah. Scotty, you want to read this one?
Sure, let's talk about Dawnheart Mentor. Dawnheart Mentor is 2 green for a creature human warlock. It's an 0/4. When Dawnheart Mentor enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 white human creature token. It has Coven for 6 mana. Target creature you control gets +3/+3 and trample until end of turn. Activate only if you control, well, basically if you have Coven. That ability is scary. That ability is scary. It doesn't look super strong on its face because it's so much mana, but it enables pretty annoying and frustrating attacks for your opponents. You know, you just be able to pump the thing that you block and be able to push that thing through for extra damage. That's really good. Obviously, a 0-powered creature is very good for Coven, and additionally, getting a 1/1 on top of that is quite good. I actually think this is quite strong. I want to put this at a B-.
Yeah, I also believe in this card. Like 0/4 can block, definitely. This is gonna activate Coven on any creature, right? If you have Coven on any other creature, a 0/4 and the 1/1 just activate it. That's the feeling I got from the set. So pretty good, and yeah, +3/+3 and trample is pretty scary late game. I still have this as a solid C+, I think, because on its own I don't think it's anything that special. The stats are fine, but yeah, nothing that special. I have it as a high C+.
C+. What did you give it, Scotty?
B-.
I think that's more in line with my expectations for this card.
Wait, so
3 mana 0/4 makes a 1/1 immediately, so that's 1/5 of stats in 3 mana, which isn't bad. And then Coven, 6 mana, which is fair. It gives +3/+3 and trample until end of turn. Trample is huge in green in general. If you have big creatures, it's great. If you have small creatures, it's great because of the stat. Yeah, this is a B- for me.
Wait, so you like this card more than the 6/5 for 5 that becomes 8/7 War 3?
Yep.
Yeah, but that's a 5-drop, right?
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. I can see this going to B-. I can definitely see it. Mobieus?
Death Bonnet Sprout, 1 green for a 1/1 fungus creature. Super kawaii. At the beginning of your upkeep, mill a card. My heart. Then if there are 3 or more creature cards in your graveyard, transform Death Bonnet Sprout. Okay. Into a 3/3 Death Bonnet Hulk. And at the beginning of your upkeep, you may exile a card from a graveyard. If a creature card was exiled this way, put a +1/+1 counter on Death Bonnet. This is very interesting, huh? Okay. So, if you play it on curve, it's nice. It enables your mill, which you want. And if you play it later on, it's a 3/3. The next it has to come back around to your turn. It's a 3/3, which every turn grows. That's actually pretty dang fun. I'm gonna start this off on a C+, but seems like a pretty good card. It's just see, the backside of it would be better served if it was an activated ability, like with their oozes. It's unfortunate that it's not, because that actually slows it down considerably to the point where I can't put this in a B range. So yeah, C+ seems good for this, just as an enabler, which has a decent-ish payoff.
Yep, I like it. So, some incremental value and then additionally some graveyard hate after that. Nice stacking up of value. I don't even think it necessarily is particularly slow at doing so, especially if you have your rest of your deck assisting you, either trading or self-milling is in addition to this. Yeah, C+ seems good.
Yep, I'm okay with the C+. Graveyard hate is great for, like, you don't need to grow this. At one point you will, but you just remove every flashback disturb card from opponent's graveyard, which is pretty damn good. Slowly, but you're doing it. Yeah, nice.
Yes, it's May. All right. Next card
I'll
is...
be back in a second, just getting some coffee.
Okay. I might as well read it, right?
Mobius, don't you have to leave in 10 minutes?
No, I can leave in a bit. No, we can finish.
Okay.
Defend the Celestis. 2 colorless, 2 green for an instant, which says distribute 3+1/+1 counters amongst 1, 2, or 3 target creatures you control for 4 mana. Ugh, it is instant speed, but it's pretty expensive. I'm gonna start this off on a D. Oh, wait a minute. D plus Coven.
I do not like 3 mana combat tricks, and 4 mana combat tricks are even worse. This is so expensive.
Would you like this if it gave vigilance for 1 turn?
No, that'd be bizarre and kind of weird. And I forgot what combat trick gave vigilance in like in Strixhaven, like show of confidence. That's weird. I don't like it.
No, it would make this slightly less.
Make these one and then do Coven stuff, I guess. But
exactly. Just because of the Coven stuff that wants you to have already got Coven activated pre-combat.
Yeah.
If this gave vigilance, it would give you a reason to play it pre-combat, and it would actually warrant this ridiculous cost or whatever. What did you give it?
It's true. It's not quite a combat trick. Like this and the aura, right? This and the aura are both like ways to proactively add power and toughness to the board, even if you are not necessarily playing something in your main phase. Still think it's a D+.
Okay.
I don't want too many of these, but this does. If a board is a bit bigger, this does fuck up the combat for the opponent. Green has, I'm liking some parts of the green where it's making combat so unpredictable. Like the +1/+1 deal damage spell, the aura that gives 2+2/+2, this thing that you're distributing among multiple creatures, plus the tricks for your other color. Like it is gonna make combat so hard to predict, which I'm loving because you're gonna have difficult choices in how you're gonna attack and block when you're playing against green.
Let's all play best of 3. I don't want to touch best of 1.
I have to touch best of 1 because I need to hit Mythic, and I cannot do it whilst playing AFR. It kills me inside.
Yeah.
What did you give it? A D? D plus? Lola?
Why do you say, by the way, Scotty, about best one in terms of this card?
Well, because like there's so much added, you know, whether or not you're like dartboarding what combat tricks your opponent has versus actually seeing them.
But it is gonna be still complex situations. I mean, I don't like best one.
Like I know you're saying that, but I feel like Magic does put you in situations where like you literally can't win, right? Because like it's a pretty even chance of both, and like you get punished either way, and I don't think that's interesting.
Okay. I think it is interesting. It's not that back-breaking, depending on what your choice is gonna be. I have this on a D plus or a C minus. Oh damn.
I'm gonna put you down for D plus because that's the most sensible grade.
Yeah, it costs a lot. Okay, I'm on a D plus just because you don't want too many of these cards. But I'm gonna be very happy about picking up 1. I'm gonna be very happy about getting 1 in a lot of decks. I think. And very happy, not as C plus happy, I think. So yeah, D plus seems fine.
Yep. Next card is Dryad's Revival. 2 colorless, 1 green for a sorcery, which says return target card from your graveyard to your hand. That's just the regular nature spiral, isn't it? And then it has flashback for 4 colorless and a green, and you just cast it again. That's actually really good for this set, right? Because milling this is actually fine. You're not super sad to be milling this, and late game you get back your best card from your graveyard. I mean, mill is actually, I loathe to say it's super supported. So yeah, this is a fine card. We'll put this at a D plus as well.
D plus. It's still, regardless of all the synergies, relatively unexciting.
Yeah, I mean, but it makes it playable.
Yeah.
That's the great thing about it.
Yeah. It costs a lot. But it is a card, right? You're gonna be getting your removal. You're really like the best card. Still D plus for this one.
Oh my gosh. Okay, next card is Hound Tamer. 2 colorless, 1 green for a 3/3 human werewolf with trample. It has an activated ability which says 3 colorless, 1 green. put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Oh my gosh.
So cute.
And it has Daybound, which means this backside of it is a 4/4 werewolf with trample. And other werewolves and wolves you control have trample. Okay, this is the one we want to give everything trample. And it has the activated ability still. Wow. This is nice. I'm gonna just straight up give this a B and carry on from there. I feel like I might go up on this. Seems like the huge playmaker for big green because of the trample that it gives your other werewolves in night, and just generally as a great mana sink. And baseline is a 3-mana 3/3 with trample, which is fine. So, yeah, B.
I'm down for B.
A B? I mean, yeah, it's nice to give them trample, definitely. Putting counters for 4 mana is also nightmarish for combat. Yeah, the stats are really nice, like 3/3 trample for 3 with this effect. I'm not sure about a B. It becomes a 4/4, which is nothing that special. It's pretty good. I think it's crazy for 3 mana, but I think it's still a B minus. I love this card. It's amazing. But yeah, I think still it is a B minus. Next one?
I'm pretty close to B minus myself, to be honest.
Because
Yeah.
like when it turns around, it doesn't do much.
Do you want me to put you both at B minus?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Put me at B minus.
B minus. I'm gonna leave it on B. I believe in this card really hard. Plus the doggo is super cute.
Yeah, extremely
and
cute.
What was the common? Was it common or uncommon? What was the big werewolf? The massive one, the absolutely huge
uncommon.
humongous devastator.
Why do you ask?
Because I want to up it to B minus.
Nice, man. Believe.
What was it called?
The name is Burly Breaker. Burly Breaker.
Yeah, B minus for
Nice.
sure.
Glad to have you on the team. Nice.
Big green.
It's
mother
so
hobbits.
big.
Choo choo.
But it's
Bow
a
wow.
5. It's a 5-drop, like you can put few. Okay, yeah, this card is beautiful, amazing 3-drop, but it doesn't break the game, right? I think it's
Yeah. It's not bomb, but oh my gosh, is it good? Because like you can play it and then activate the ability next turn it night, so then it's a 5/5.
Yeah. For example, it really does work well with the night and day cycle. It is a lot of times this is gonna be traded because it's a 3-mana 3/3, right? And you cannot just like be like, oh, I'm gonna wait.
It's
till
gonna be a
all my
magnet
creatures.
for removal as well. I feel.
It kind of is, but again, I don't think it's that busted because it becomes a 4/4. Everything has trample is cool, nice, yes, always extra.
Oh my gosh.
It doesn't get
Okay.
broken. It doesn't like get +2/+2 or something that we saw a lot of times.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just.
But
a great,
I think
great
they did that to mitigate the ability, right? Because you can always make it bigger.
I would be fine with having this on common, to tell the truth. It's a great card.
Okay. Next card is Outland Liberator. 1 colorless, 1 green for a 2/2 human werewolf creature. 1 colorless, sacrifice it, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Well, main deckable enchantment and artifact hate. Nice. Daybound. Okay, that means it has a backside, which is a Frenzy Trap Breaker. It's a 3/3 now. And when it attacks, you destroy target artifact or enchantment defending player controls. Well, that's just mean. Plus, you can sack it to also destroy a target artifact or enchantment. Wow, what a 2-drop. So here's the problem with this. I'm going to give it a C+, but that's not because of the enchantment hate. It's just because it just turns into a 3/3. It's a 2/2 that just turns into a 3/3.
That's pretty
But
good.
it's really nice to just have that there on your 2-drop to be able to hit artifacts and enchantments. It's just. I feel like there's an unnecessary amount of hate main deckable because White had the 3/1, right?
Common,
that flashes in,
common.
and it can also destroy like an enchantment or artifact. I forget
And
which.
it's common.
Yeah, it just feels unreasonable. Like there's no need for that. But anyway, I'm gonna give this a C+.
I like C+. So the hate on artifacts and enchantments doesn't do anything until it does everything. It's like it's such a big
Yeah,
swing.
exactly.
And wow,
Isn't that dumb?
it's-
Like,
Like when it has an impact, it's a big impact.
Why do
Why-
they have 2 enchantments
why-
that you want to remove?
Why
Like
are we printing Return to Nature in this set? Like, if we got so much incidental, even just in green. Like,
yeah, Return to Nature seems like
stop
it's gonna
wasting
be.
slots.
Yeah. Return to Nature seems like it's gonna be hard to put in. But again, uncommon. This is an uncommon. But it's pretty good. Like 2/2 becomes a 3/3. Like when it attacks, like even if it's gonna trade, right? Sorry, if it is gonna get blocked by a 3/4 and that's it. You just sack it. If you imagine if you can kill 2 enchantments with it, it's like just by attacking. Yeah, I like it a lot. Solid C+, solid C+.
Because it destroys on attack, not on damage. So
Exactly.
you can attack, destroy something, and then sack it
Yeah.
if you need to. But yeah, it's just crazy. All right,
And it's just
next
a
card.
super
Sorry.
Sorry. Okay, it's just a normal 2-drop, right? That becomes powerful 2-drop, like 3/3 at one point. Yeah, beautiful card, like everything about it.
Yeah.
Why not
Right,
have that
next is a-
hate in your deck?
Yeah.
just
Next is a
one thing to-
hilarious card.
just
Rise
one-
of the Ants.
Just one thing to note, like if you're Golgari, if you can get this back from the graveyard, then that's so good against white and blue removal. It's like because you can just get it back and then destroy maybe 2 of those, like enchant, and it's gonna be dangerous to put enchantment based removal in your deck. It's gonna be kind of dangerous against some decks. Sorry, Mobius, I just wanted to add that.
That's fine. Are we ready? Rise
Yes.
of Ants. 4 colorless, 2 green for a sorcery which says create 2 3/3 green insect creature tokens. You gain 2 life. And flashback for 8 total. Just 2 more mana. 6 green. Okay, this is interesting because I feel like there's a few different themes. Like we have werewolves, we have coven, and then we have self-mill, right? Because that's where this fits into the Simic self-mill archetype, same as with the beast. And I think it's fine-ish for that. The gaining 2 life is like meh. 2 3/3s for 6 mana is also meh, but being able to cast it again is okay. It's expensive on the front end. That's the problem. That's the main problem. But it's not terrible. I would give this a D+ because it's expensive.
I kind of like this card. I'm not quite as harsh on it. I do think it's much worse than, like, for example, the Shadow Beast or whatever that we saw before, and much worse than
Yeah.
a decent amount of cards. But I'm gonna give this a C.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of value here. So, like, the thing is that the front side, okay, this is kind of unfair to say, but when you hit 6, it actually does help you survive a pretty decently well until you hit 8.
Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, I was tempted to give it C-, but just comparing it to the other one, which is a common, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'd much rather play that over this every time.
Yeah. 1 second.
No need to wait till we hit 6. We'll just play on 4 and then have a 4/4. I love the flavor of this this card though.
Rise of
Just
the Ants.
Rise of the Ants, just randomly in between the werewolf and the vampire battles with the humans. There's just giant ants invade them. Like, okay,
It is fine. I like the 6-drop. Like, it does gain you life, 2 life only. It does give you 2 3/3s. Like, you expect a 6/6, which I think is 6/6 is a lot of times a bit better. But it's like 2 creatures, kind of worse on the double blocks. A bit better if they have a lot of smaller things. But yeah, it does require to survive for a while. Like 8 mana is 8 mana is something you do have to wait for. Like a jump from 6 to 8 is a lot of turns. It is a lot of turns. You usually need to draw like half of your deck to get there. So I think it's still a C. I like this card. 6-drop, but I do like it. I think it's fine.
yeah, okay, I'll go up to C- then. I think it has a home. I was just looking at the next card as well, which has made me change my mind, to be honest. All right, C from you.
Yeah.
Anything
Fine,
else?
fine 6-drop. I think this is like a really nice 6-drop, but it is a 6-drop in the end.
Imagine being a normal peasant in Innistrad. Oh my god, you are fucked, man. The vampires are stealing your blood. The werewolves are invading your parties. You can't even party in peace. And then the ants can just come and eat your house. Feels bad. Feels bad.
Mobieus?
All right, next card is Turn the Earth. 1 green for an instant, which says choose up to 3 target cards in graveyards. So your opponents as well. The owner of those cards shuffle them into their libraries, and you gain 2 life, which is whatever. And then there's Flashback, 1 colorless, 1 green. Now this is a hilarious card because this, in addition to Devious Cover-Up, means that we are gonna definitely. I am 100%. This is why I also went up on the Ant card, because Beast, Ants, and the Simic 2-drop means that I'm just, and Turn the Earth, Devious. I'm never gonna run out of deck. I'm just gonna wait for you to die to decking, and I'm just gonna sit there for like an hour-long game. Classic Ravnica Allegiance gameplay, and I think that's gonna be a real archetype. Honestly, I think that's gonna be a real archetype. Simic self-mill / exhaust your opponent. It's gonna be real. I'm gonna give this a D, and then can we give it, what do we give it? This is ceiling or a sideboard or what? Because I want to give it another grade, which is like a C+. Oh yeah, I'll bet this was Deathsy's wet dream.
Did Deathsy really drool over this? Because it doesn't draw your card, which is huge. And it's 3 cards.
Haha, no, my time!
Okay, so an interesting aspect of Turn the Earth is that when you spend mana dorking around doing absolutely nothing, a weakness that your deck falls into is that sometimes you just die. And the 2 life looks like it's small amount, but I actually think it'd be pretty impactful for this specific type of effect.
It's huge.
Yeah, like you see this super late and you don't prioritize this whatsoever, but then you pick one up and be like, yeah, now I'm kind of doing the thing. D-.
D-, yeah. If you're like, but you really need to be grindy. You really need to be drawing a lot of cards, milling a lot of cards, and then opponent is also probably going to
counter anything. No.
Huh?
Sorry, Sneaky Turtle in chat said Flashback Disturb counter. No, you have to play it before they try to play their stuff. So it doesn't technically counter it. It does remove them though, which is fine too.
It does. You really need so much durdle and grind for this to be good, because sometimes you're gonna get this and you're gonna be like, wait, yes, I'm doing this, but I actually don't have cards in my hand. I don't have other flashback cards in my graveyard. I cannot do much. Why am I
give this
using
a
the card?
sealing or build around or something great as well.
I don't know. I don't think it's even gonna be like, this is way worse than Clear the Mind. It's just way worse. Clear the Mind.
No, that's what I'm saying. This in conjunction with the Devious Cover-Up.
Do you know it's a better combo with Devious Cover-Up?
Devious Cover-Up.
Devious Cover-Up.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So this is an uncommon. Is Devious Cover-Up still common?
It's still common.
Yeah, so you're just gonna have Devious Cover-Up, and this will be your fail case. Remember, with Devious Cover-Up, sometimes you have to counter your own spell and shit. Having even one of these in your deck means I'm not doing that anymore. And this is safe from self-mill as well. Let's say I self-mill, and my name is Mobieus, and I'm always really unlucky, and I'm milling 3, and I mill my 2 Devious Cover-Ups and Turn to the Earth.
I don't know, man.
My Turn to the Earth will put them back in my deck.
Just play the Devious Cover-Ups, and that's gonna be enough. Like, you don't need to just do nothing.
Nah. See, this is why you're not going hard enough on the stall. Ow.
On this, I'm not going hard enough on this.
Put back your 4-mana 4/4 Beast thing if you want to. It'll put back your other actually stuff that you can't cast from your graveyard, more importantly, and stuff. Like, it's fine. And I'm speaking a lot about it, but I've given it a D. All I want to do is just give it a C somewhere else, like as a builder.
I will agree with a. So let's bargain here. I will agree to your ceiling grade if it's a D+.
I'm okay with that.
I'll go with that. Yeah, I'll go with that. But then I'll actually lower the regular grade to D-, because I'm never picking this unless I'm in that archetype.
Okay.
Yeah, in a perfect deck it's a D+, I think, yes.
Yeah.
Clear the Mind was completely different.
No, also Clear the Mind had Dogan's Acuity in the same.
And it had a lot of life gain card draw and a lot of removal.
Yeah, it really was Acuity that put it over the top, I think.
let me throw my towel in for this discussion. So Dovin's Acuity Clear the Mind is different, right? You have a relatively large deck, but you have a lot of card velocity through your deck, right?
Yes.
I think this will actually functionally play out similarly, but it's not because you have a lot of card velocity with Dovin's Acuity. It's because you shred your deck so fast that your deck size will actually be relatively small when you shuffle back in. I
So
think
that helps, but
functionally it'll play out similarly, but it's you achieve the means differently.
Yeah, but for me, huge problem. Let's say just clear the mind, just on clear the mind. Shuffle everything back. So everything back is gonna be pretty good because you make your deck a lot better. It's not just like 3 cards. And you draw a card, right? And next clear the mind is shuffling that clear the mind as well. And you draw the card afterwards. So you're not losing a whole card. With this, you're always losing a whole card. So this needs so much support other than this effect. With you drawing enough cards all the time, so you can play out the things. So you can lock the game, right? You kind of want to lock the game in that archetype.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
Clear the Mind just helps you on its own to do that, and it just provides so much more to make your deck like much better than this card.
With Clear the Mind, all you really needed was Clear the Mind, right? That's all you technically needed. With this, you cannot just have this. It will not be good enough.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying, right, Lola? It just won't be good enough. This is not a game plan by itself. You can play this in addition to the devious cover-ups, and that's what you really want to be doing.
And I don't think this is the color. Yeah, okay, Porcobito said Clear the Mind, you could play no creatures, but all removal in green are fight spells. Yeah, the big deal about Clear the Mind was low amount of creatures. So the opponent, like a good deal of opponent's decks, tricks, removal, and interaction with your creatures are dead, right?
True.
You're making a good part of your opponent's deck dead.
That's huge, actually.
In best of 3, Clear the Mind is a lot weaker, because then the opponent boards everything out except the creature, and it's the game 2 is hard. The game 2 is hard. That's why Clear the Mind was the best of 1 deck. Or if you're playing an inexperienced opponent, sure. But yeah, it was a best of 1. I had good success with it in best of 3, but still, that was not the place for it. This thing, you're not Azorius, you're not Orzo. Sorry, you're not playing like black, white. Black, white, and blue spells, like where you're gonna make a lot of opponent's creature bad. And as Porcobito said, the removal in green is gonna be tied to your creatures. And in this kind of archetype, you don't want creatures to affect the board, because then you're making it weaker. Because this is like there will be no huge success in that kind of archetype with Turn the Earth. It looks cool. Everybody wants to make a deck with it. But there is the archetype.
It's not a real archetype.
It cannot be sustained as well. If you're gonna try it too many times, you're gonna be losing a lot of times when you try to make.
You're gonna succeed 1 out of 10 times.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't have that good of a home. But sure, D+ if you want the ceiling.
Fine, we're not done talking about this. Let's stop talking about Clear the Mind. I think they're fundamentally different decks. Clear the Mind is a hard control deck. If you play this card, it will be in a still fundamentally mid-range deck. You're not looking to go infinite. You're just looking to have increased card quality. Let's say you mill over some flashback cards like Rise of the Ant or the Shadow whatever's, right? And then you shuffle in like a couple of removal spells that you milled, right?
And splashes, right?
Sure. This also, you're talking about not drawing off of Clear the Mind, sure, that's fine. But most of the time, you're actually just going to mill over this anyway and use this as sort of like a late game thing when your library count is running low because you've been milling yourself so much, just to put back some of your best cards and just draw some best hitters. But overall, you're still playing a normal limited game plan.
The problem is when you don't. I don't think there is that much mill that you can expect your flashback cards to be milled, right? They need to be have a good.
Enough mill. There's enough mill.
I don't think so. What mill is there in green? We saw 1, right? 1.5, like one that uncommon milled a bit.
Yeah, we saw the stupid
the land guy.
So if you're going Simic, you have the zombie, you have the zombie mills, right?
Which zombie?
You look at the top 3, put 2 in your graveyard and 1 in your hand.
Yeah. Oh, the 4/2, yeah.
Yeah. You got the mushroom. You got I think there's at least 2 other ones. I can't remember the names. There's 2 more at least. So that's like 4 separate cards that you can get multiples of.
So Yeah, it is like straight up
very
mill.
it's a lot more supported, right? Mill than it has been before. So
It doesn't have that many cards. It really doesn't have that many cards that you're gonna easily be just milling everything. Oh, sorry. Why am I? Okay, my bad.
we move on to res.
Wait, I just want to discuss it with Scotty a little bit, but like, I think it's very dangerous to play cards that you want to mill, but you don't want to have in your hand, right? Then a lot of the cards that we rated pretty horribly, I mean, we are rating this horribly, are better as well, but I don't know.
We gave it a D minus. You can't get much lower than that.
Yeah, I mean, Scotty, do you think that there is like,
Oh yeah, the farmer, the eccentric farmer, mills 3 as well.
yeah, the land guy?
Yep.
Do you think that there is enough mill for this to consistently be in the graveyard? Maybe enough looting and so on?
I think it's not so much a discussion about turn to earth. I think this is just the what is the shape of the blue-green archetype period. So I actually think I don't mind spending a lot of time talking about this because this is literally, I believe at this point, what blue-green wants to be doing. And I have faith that it's supported because if it's not supported, I think that's an R&D failure.
It looks like it's supported.
I do think it's supported. Yes.
Yeah. When we started on blue and I saw some of the mill cards, I was unsure. And I was like, I'm not sure. Even on the gold cards, I was like, I don't know about Simic. I'm very worried about Simic. But now that we've gone through green commons and uncommons, I'm confident. Not happy about it, super happy about it because I hate self-mill. But I'm confident that blue-green is the self-mill combo. And you, like Scotty said, you can be milling yourself to get some graveyard value, and more importantly, to just get to a critical mass of just good cards left in your deck with a combination of this and maybe Devious Cover-Up.
I'm gonna make a hot take. All right, here's another hot take. There's an absurd amount of graveyard hate.
I don't have.
There's an absurd amount of graveyard hate in this set. I think that potentially a lot of it was added post development, specifically because this deck was hard to interact with and too oppressive.
I can see that.
Maybe.
Just with the beast and the ants, like that's so annoying, man, already. And then you have the possibility in green to splash fairly well, right? We've seen the splash cards. There's two. There's a centaur. There's the land one, which basically just this deck wants. So nobody's going to contest that with you. And it's common, right? The land, you get your third color, and then you scry. Like that's pretty good.
Blue-green might feast in best one if you like graveyard heart. Yeah, blue-green is like probably not gonna be that good in best one. We gotta see that in best one you just want to be aggressive. So if you're durdling around in best one, in ranks higher than gold, you're gonna not have a very good time usually.
We'll see. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. And I also feel like blue-green will also be will lend itself very well to splash your bombs, whatever color they are that you want to splash.
Yeah, I don't see this. Like, just play Devious Cover Up. I would just play two Devious Cover Ups or something.
Fair enough.
Okay, we can go to the next one if you want. Oh, it's Scotty, right?
It's Scotty. Yep.
You're the boss, Scotty.
Augur of Autumn. Augur of Autumn. 1 green. Creature, human druid. It's a 2/3. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may play cards from the top of your library.
Play lands.
Play lands from the top of your library. Coven, as long as you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, you may cast creatures from the top of your library.
Ridiculous.
This is quite good. This is pretty stinking strong. Just eventually powering through the top and getting a ton of card advantage once you hit Coven. Pretty much needs to be removed with, otherwise the snowball is pretty hard. I like this a lot. I think this is very good. I'm gonna put this at a B.
Put
this at a B. Solid.
Crazy. He's busted. Like, just looking at the top card is fine. Putting the lands, just playing the lands from the top. Not drawing 2 lands in a row ever again. Yes. Crazy. And then when you get Coven, just win the game probably. I mean, oh my god. If you can record this as well in Golgari. With some self-mill as well, so you can put like the cards from on top in the graveyard and then... Wow. Shit. This is like as high as B plus can get for me. Was this a bomb? It's just a bomb. I think it's
I don't want to give this bomb status, but I very much agree with high B plus for this.
high B plus. Okay, high B plus for me. It's close to being a bomb. This card is
Very close to a bomb. Maybe if I had slightly better stat line, I don't know. Maybe wood. Why is this not a bomb? So a bomb wins you the game imminently. Like your opponent has to remove the bomb.
No.
You die.
That's
So the
not a
reason why
bomb.
this isn't a bomb is your opponent can leave this for a turn or two and not lose.
That's not a bomb, Mobius. It gives you the game, wins you the game imminently.
Well, that's how I look at it. But I know that's not your strict definition, but that's what I want from a bomb. I want a bomb to put my opponent in a position where they're like, okay, well, if I don't deal with this, I'm going to lose the game.
You're gonna lose it from this probably as well.
But this won't... This advantage is amazing, but it's incremental, right? Every turn that it stays on the board, you get better and better. And once you activate Coven, you just get silly advantage, right? Because then you start playing lands and creatures from the top of your deck. That's dumb.
I'm not sure if I want to give this a bomb status. This is crazy powerful. Okay. Yeah, I'm on a super high B plus. It's crazy. It's as close to the. I agree. It's as close to the bomb as it can be, but not
Yep.
quite there yet.
Not quite there.
Wow. Just take it over anything basically on common and uncommon.
I mean, I may change my mind. I may play with it once or twice, and like Lola, we might put it up to a bomb level. But it's just, I don't know, man. It's a 2/3 at base.
Briarbridge Tracker, 2 green, 3 mana for a creature human scout. It's a 2/3 with the vigilance. When Briarbridge Tracker enters the battlefield, investigate, which makes a clue, and you can pay 2 to sacrifice the clue and draw a card. But as long as you control the token, Briarbridge Tracker gets +2, +0. Lovely bit of value, pretty stinking efficient. B for me.
Yeah,
you can
just
bump the last one up to B plus. I don't know if I said B plus at first or not, but
You said B, but B plus is fine. Yeah.
B plus is good.
This
But
card
this-
is great as well.
This card's
Yeah.
a B.
I mean, it replaces itself for 2 mana. It's a 3 mana 4/3. So I'm not going to pop the token immediately, obviously. I'm going to keep this as a 4/3. And yeah, when it dies, you just pop the token if you need to, or if you have another artifact or whatever you can do. Actually, just a token. So a zombie, a human token, anything. But yeah, +2/+0. Not only that, you can purposely draw a card with your clue token if you need 2 power instead of 4 power for whatever reason. But if you need 4 power for Coven as well, I mean, this is 3 mana 4/3 with vigilance. That really helps with Coven on turn 3, because often you've got a 2 power and maybe a 3 power, but getting 4 power before turn 4 is difficult.
What do you give, Mobius?
We both gave it a B.
Yeah, I'm gonna be. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. It's
How much
for
investigate is there in this set? There's at least 1 in every color. I don't know if they're all rare or not, but there is at least 1 in every color.
The blue one is common.
the blue one is coming, yeah, but don't
Oh,
think too
never
much
mind, my
about.
bad.
Don't think too much about investigate. It's not.
It doesn't have crazy
Nothing behind
synergies.
it.
or
Yeah.
anything. It's just
Investigate
there.
is just like a clue that draws your card. No artifact synergies and shit like that.
Yeah. All right, next card.
Yeah, this
Oh,
one is
wait,
great.
Lola,
Yeah.
go ahead.
This
Sorry,
card is
you
like
hadn't
4/3
talked
for
about
3 is so nice, and if
Vigilance.
that's just what it is, it's vigilance. It's a lot of times B minus, but it replaces itself close to a B plus, very close. Okay, baby. Scotty?
Oh, sorry. For some reason, I thought Mobius was reading. Consuming
Read it.
blob, 3 green, creature ooze. It's a star +1. Consuming blob's power is equal to the number of card types among cards in your graveyard, and its toughness is equal to that number +1. At the beginning of your end step, create a green ooze creature token with this creature's power is equal to the number of cards. Well, it's the same thing. It creates
Yes.
a copy of itself.
Uh,
It creates
but-
itself.
But a copy
Yeah,
can-
it's super good. You don't have to pay anything at the beginning of the end step to get oozes. You get lots of oozes. The oozes continue to grow as you as different card types get put in your graveyard. Super nice. This is a bomb to me. This is an A- to me.
Absolute bomb. Just absolute bomb. Yeah, this is amazing. Especially with
gosh.
some
If you can't
self-mill.
deal with this,
This is crazy. This freaking
the funny
crazy.
thing is, even if you kill it, they still have an ooze that grows every turn. Or, like, that grows, right?
So in this set, the copies cannot copy themselves, but it can grow. But it's not like it's gonna grow fast or anything.
Yeah, it's not 100% grow.
Yeah, but it is like instant sorcery, creature, and the land with self-mill. Like those are the things that are gonna get in your graveyard. So usually 4-5 is the maximum for this creature.
Jack-o'-lantern.
What?
Jack-o'-lanterns.
Okay, yeah, some artifacts as well. There's
Wow, that actually makes it better. And enchantment, we have some enchantments.
There's sometimes enchantments, but these are like the things that are most likely gonna end in your graveyard. And then yeah, enchantments and artifacts sometimes are gonna get there. But it's not hard to get this to 3/4 and then making 2 3/4s and then 3/4 every single turn. Just 2 3/4s is extremely powerful for 5 mana, but this is so much better than that. Yeah, this is absolute bomb. An A, easy A.
Okay. I'll stick with A- as well.
Yeah, also Evolving Wilds, yes.
Oh gosh, yeah, of course.
Primal Adversary. 2 green, 3 mana for a creature wolf. It's a 4/3. Has trample. When Primal Adversary enters the battlefield, may pay 1 green any number of times. When you pay this cost 1 or more times, put that many +1/+1 counters on Primal Adversary. Then up to that many target lands you control become 3/3 wolf creatures with haste that are still lands, and they stay 3/3 wolves. This card is absurd. This card is actually just completely bonkers. So what? 3 mana, you get a 4/3 trample, which is incredible. For 5 mana, you get a 5/4 trample and a 3/3 on top of that. What? I like this is a lot of garbage. This is a lot for 7 mana. This is like a 6/5 with 6/6 worth of land wolves.
The lands are tapped. The lands are tapped.
Sure, the lands are tapped. That's fine. That's fine.
That's fine.
I think this is an A. This is just a straight up A for me.
Yeah.
This is straight up. Sorry, Scotty. What did you say?
This is straight up A.
What? A?
This card's an A.
Okay, wait. Am I reading this wrong?
Yeah, you probably are reading this wrong. Why is this not a bomb, Lola?
3 mana 4/3 is nice stats.
Nice
5
stat.
mana 4/3 plus 3/3.
So 5
7
mana.
mana 4/3 plus 2 3/3s.
No.
9 mana
No.
4/3 plus 3 3/3s.
It's better than what you're saying. It's 5 mana 5/4.
Oh,
Yep.
sorry. Yeah. I'm not upgrading the wolf. My bad.
Okay. So 5 mana 5/4 and a 3/3, which is great. 7 mana 6/5 and 2 3/3s, which is also great. A bomb though?
How can you say that sentence? 7 mana, 6. What is it? 6/5 with 2 3/3s. But is that a bomb? Like that doesn't. You're not allowed to put those in that order. Those 2 sentences. That is not okay.
For me?
In terms of practical, in terms of how fast games end, I believe Primal Adversary has more impact than Consuming Blob.
I don't believe that.
Yes.
Like Consuming Blob is like if it survives for 2 turns, yeah, sure, you get a lot of stats. But like Primal Adversary makes like 2 3/3s and then kills them.
I don't think it's even close.
Oh, all right.
Wait, you prefer the blob?
Yeah, by far.
You are a
By
blob.
far.
You are a blob.
So for 7 mana, that's a lot of mana. I mean, if I'm getting a 6/5 and 2 3/3s for 7 mana, that's great. But not bust. I don't think any part of this is bomb level. I have this on
Well, I'm also giving it an A.
and those are lands, right? That you want to maybe use for something else.
At 7 mana, what do you want to use your extra lands for?
No, on 7 mana. I mean, you're rarely casting this on 7 mana. You're casting this for 3 or 5. Hopefully 5. You're casting this for 5 most of the time. It's nice that it can get 7.
I think the most common for this, for me, is going to be 7.
And that's
Yo,
a
wait.
that's a bomb for you guys? Like,
Yep.
really?
Yeah, a 6/5 with 2 3/3s is a bomb. Yeah.
For 7.
Sorry. Wait, what?
For 7
Yeah,
mana.
yeah, for 7 mana, sure.
Yeah. For 7 mana. Yep.
Okay, I'm on a B+. I don't think this is a bump. It's a good, really good card.
This is the best of the cycle.
I like the white one better.
One? Yeah. Why one second best?
I like the white one better. I just like the white one better. You also like it better?
No, I like the green one the best, and the white one second best.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
On the same page.
Okay.
Sereth, the Viper's Fang, 2 green, legendary creature, human warlock. It's a 3/4. Other tapped creatures you control have Death Touch. Other untapped creatures you control have Hexproof, and you can pay 1 and tap to untap another target creature or land you control. So yeah, if someone's targeting your tap creature, you can untap it with Sereth, but I mean, they would just kill Sereth first. So not super relevant, but the abilities are quite strong. The abilities are quite nice. The Death Touch attacking one is probably the most important one. This is extremely good. I got this at B+.
Okay, imagine having werewolf deck, and then having that werewolf that gives trample to other werewolves, the uncommon, and then just attacking. So they can block 1 damage per creature that they have. That's pretty solid. I'm on a B+ as well. This is a beautiful card. And every creature that is attacking for you, okay, they cannot target your other creatures. They do have hexproof. Sure, they're gonna kill this, but yeah, they gotta kill it. And
Yeah, B+.
You're giving it what? B+?
Also B+, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like it's beautiful.
good.
Like all of a sudden,
good.
all of your, all of your attackers have that touch. Okay, one thing to note: in blue, in black, you have the cards that tap your creatures for an effect. Commons, uncommons. So you can block and then tap your creatures, and all of a sudden they have that touch, and that's a very easy scenario to accomplish with this card. It's nothing that's really hard to do. Yeah, I love this.
Okay.
B+, beautiful.
Next.
Talk about Storm the Festival, 3 green. Sorcery. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may put up to 2 permanent cards with mana value 5 or less from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Has flashback for 7 green, so 10 total. As far as a 6-drop goes, it's not bad. It's not bad. I think this is slightly more powerful than the Ants card on its front half.
Yes.
The back half is much more expensive.
I mean,
Overall, I think this is going to average out. And honestly, like green is not a negligible casting cost. It's certainly more difficult, but overall, I think it's still going to average out to a C for me. It's pretty good.
Collective Company Chat is 4 mana, and it's instant speed.
And it's more of a constructed card than a limited card. Yeah, I'm also I'm also on a C. Yeah, it's a 6 mana. I'm also on a C. It's fine. You have to be able to use the flashback as well. It is 10. That's so much.
Yeah.
I'm on a C. In some decks, it definitely gets lower.
Yep.
But up to 2 permanent cards with mana value 5 or less. This is not combined mana value, right?
No, it's like you
just
can
5
put 2
drops.
5-drops on the board, or you can put 2 lands on the board if your name's
yeah.
Mobieus.
It's kind of cute that if you whiff and hit 2 lands, it helps you ramp into the flashback.
Yeah,
Not really, though,
that's
because
nice.
it's
That's
10,
nice, yeah.
not 9. If it was 9 for the flashback, at least you'd be like, okay, well, I've gone from 6 to 8, and if I draw another land off the top, I can replay it. It's 10, so you're actually, even if you draw a land another turn, it's still not replayable. I think that's huge, and that's probably on purpose, but it just really, it just makes me really sad that they didn't make the flashback cost at least cost 6 green, which is still super expensive, but whatever. It should reward you at least a little bit, or mitigate the whiffing of this to just getting 2 lands. I don't know. Anywho.
Okay, next one.
Sorry.
Tovolar's Huntmaster, 4 green, 6 mana total. For a creature human werewolf, it's a 6/6. When Tovolar's Huntmaster enters the battlefield, create 2 green wolf tokens. Stay bound. Tovolar's Pack Leader, which is a werewolf 7/7. When Tovolar's Pack Leader enters the battlefield or attacks. Hold on, what's the first half attack to? No,
No.
okay. So in the backside, if it attacks, you also create 2 green wolf tokens. And activated ability, 2 green, another target wolf or werewolf. You control fights target creature you don't control. Nightbound. This is an A-. This is a bomb as well.
Can't
This
double
is
you this card.
crazy good.
This is crazy good, yeah. I agree. And you turn into
It's a
night.
rare as well. It's just a rare. That is stupid,
Yeah.
man.
This is better than the adversary.
Oh, the adversary
Eh.
can cast for 3. No way.
Exactly.
You can cast it for 3. Sure. But I mean, this is better. Like, this is bigger on 6 mana. It has a fight as well. It's gonna create more tokens if it attacks. Yeah. Yeah, this is a bomb. Yeah, I'm giving this an A or an A-. I'm giving this an A. Just an A. I'm giving this an A.
Yep.
This
Also
is so
A.
nice. This is so nice.
Just A.
Okay, we had a question from chat. So
Awesome.
one quick thing, how would you guys rate the Howling Giant? It's a 7 mana 5/5 reach from M20 if you remember, and it creates two wolf creature tokens.
Card is a
I
B-.
forgot what I
That
gave
card's
it,
awesome.
but it's probably like a C plus B minus.
Yeah, it is pretty
Probably
good
B
card.
minus actually. It's just very prohibitive. 7 mana.
Yeah, it
and
is
that's-
very prohibitive, but
Howling Giant was the bee's knees.
it was
Yeah.
good. It was good. Yeah. Okay. So that's like the adversary's flexibility pushes it to a bomb, right? And it's a bit. Yeah.
To be honest, I think Howling Giant's reach was actually super important too. But
Yeah,
we
I
don't
was
need
gonna
to
say
talk about
that.
We
Like
don't
the
need to
reach
talk about
is super important in that set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid arboreal elementals and shit flying
Yeah.
over you. That was huge for green.
Okay.
The thing about this card is when it flips, it's just absurd. It's an absurd card. Forget the stat line.
It's
the fact that you
stupid.
can continue making wolves. Ugh.
It's so stupid. Plus, you don't care. Like you're like, oh, I'm not playing cards, but it flips, and then you can fight once or twice on their turn. It's like not even. You don't even have to have instant speed card to do something. And when this attacks, let's say you have like at least 6 mana probably. If you have 8, like it's so hard to block this. If you can fight with the creatures that are blocking it as well, man, this is so good. It's so crazy good. Okay, next one or?
Unnatural Growth, 1, green, 5 mana total for an enchantment. At the beginning of each combat, double the power and toughness of each creature you control until end of turn. Oh, lovely, D-. This is prohibitive in its casting cost. Requires a lot of deck building restraints. Sure, you could throw this in your deck if you're like basically mono green, maybe like with a light splash, but like that's a lot of ask for an effect that actually still requires you to have done an ideal thing, which is curve out reasonably so, or have a board stall. So I don't love it. D- for me.
D minus?
D-.
I mean, at the beginning of each combat, everything is double the. Man, isn't this like crazy powerful after you manage to play it?
After you manage to play it is a huge caveat.
Yeah, but okay. So for this card, I am gonna be playing the nurturers. I mean, I love playing the 2/3s that mill and get me a land. I might get in the fixing as well, and it's like it's opponent combats as well. It's opponent's combat as well. So like your 2 for nurture that that's helping you play this card. Let's say it's triple green. Like that's so much more manageable than 4. But yeah, like for one more, like I'm gonna do the extra steps to play it, cause like your 2/4 becomes a 4/8. A 4/8 is pretty huge. Let's say you have
I'm gonna flash in my 3/1 after you play this and kill it.
That's true. That is true. But yeah, it's true. It's true. It can happen. I'm gonna be very sad about it. But it's still 1/1. You did work a lot to play this card. But I mean, I'm still giving this a
You
B.
didn't just work a lot. You built your deck different, so you were able to play this card.
Just few cards. Just few cards. I think just few cards to help me build me play this card. I don't think it's enough. Like your I don't know 5/5 trample is gonna become a 10/10 trample, and your 2/2s are gonna become 4/4s. Like all of a sudden, okay, you play this, you're winning on your board. Like you
Lola
gotta,
knows his times table, chat.
what
Be prepared.
what did it say? Mobieus.
Lola knows his times table. Be prepared.
I'm sorry, that was really good.
What's times table? What times table?
Hey Lola,
2/4 is
what's
gonna be 4/8. 2/2 is gonna be a 4/4. 5/5 is gonna be a 10/10. Awesome. Thank you.
So that's
Hey
the
Lola,
times
you
table.
got to finish this before you go to recess.
I mean, it's just
Quick maths.
if
Boom.
you have any
2
kind
plus
of
2 is 4.
if you have any kind of board, all of a sudden you're winning. I gotta put this in a B- because of its restrictive cost, but I think it goes up, and just a little bit of a tweak in your deck, I think it's worth it. You just win.
So like pack one, pick one. You're taking this on par with like Eaten Alive.
Yeah, maybe
Okay.
higher, maybe higher.
Okay.
Are you a Timmy in disguise? What happened to you?
Man, I mean, sure, you gotta work a little bit. This is not like 10 mana you have to pay for this. It's not like 8 mana you have to pay for this. It's hard. It's hard.
What's your grade? You've talked
B-.
a lot about it.
I'm
You
on a
haven't
B-.
given a grade.
I'm on a B-. Because when you play this, you are
B-.
winning. Most
All
of the
right,
time.
so Scotty, here's what I want to do. I want to give this a build around grade. Because your deck does need to be built around this.
Just to be able to cast. Right? When you play this, it's good in any deck, but you gotta be able to cast this. That's what you mean?
Exactly, so you have
Yep.
to build around it.
Yeah, I'm kind of down for that. I can put it to D+, and then I can give it a build around B-.
Yes, B-.
Isn't it like higher in a deck that's easy to like ceiling is high? Like if it's easy to do this in your deck, like if you have a couple of those commons in green that fetch you a land from the graveyard, like isn't that like infinitely easier? And then a nurture, centaur nurture, maybe you're splashing other cards, or if you're mostly into green, I mean I don't think it's that hard. I mean, I'm still putting it on a B- as how I'm picking it, but I think it's like at least a B if your deck can support it. Like, especially if
Well,
you
you're
did it...
outvoted on that anyway, so we're going to keep it at a B-.
So, just to...
Unless Scotty wants to up it.
Just to maybe push you. Okay, I'm gonna try to push you to at least a B for a ceiling build around. Like, it doesn't have to be that you made a lot of tweaks to your deck. It could be that, for example, you're playing a lot of green, then the ceiling is there. Like that's the build around. You're mostly green. Okay, situation number 2. You're splashing some color, few cards in some color. Okay, now you have Centaur Nurture is good card in your deck, and maybe Ramp card is good in your deck. Sorry, Fix card is good in your deck. So those are automatically gonna be included. Maybe you're playing Simic, and then you have the uncommon as well, in conjunction with everything else. I mean, isn't the ceiling at least a B?
Are you convinced, Scotty?
Scotty, are you convinced?
No.
Damn. Okay, I tried it.
Also no.
Still, I'm picking this as high as a B-. I mean, you can say I'm a Timmy, but when you play this, you win a lot of times. When you play this, you just win a lot of times.
I will agree with that statement.
Sorry,
When you
sorry,
play
what
this,
was that?
you win a
Remember,
lot of time.
what was that card on 17 lands that had a really high win rate when you played it? But it was a terrible card. What was it again?
You
I mean,
know
there's like lots of cards like that. Just the nature.
But it
of-
was like the first real one
Tarask.
that came
Tarask.
from 17. Everybody was like, "Oh, this card is so good."
what?
And it was an actual terrible card. I forget what it was, and it really drove Lola mad.
like falter effects. Yeah, can't block effects are always like that.
That's also
It was
true.
some
Like, you
stupid
don't even
card.
play that. Yeah, you don't even play them. And then when they're in your hand, they are like low win rate, but when you play them, they're high. I mean, that's normal. That's how it should be.
It drove just Lola mad. Yeah, mostly. He really hated.
But
he
which
really
one? What are you
hated-
talking about? You gotta give it to us.
I don't remember. It was like a really high costed card, which was really bad. But like 17 lands, people were on Twitter were posting it, and we're like, "Oh yeah, look how good this card is." It was a while ago. It was a while ago, and I think it was a creature. Yeah, anyway, it doesn't really matter. But
Okay.
this has those kind of vibes basically. Like when you
Yeah.
play it, you go, "Look at the win percentage of this card."
This is extremely hard to play, but But when you do, you win most of the time, and I think that's
Okay,
that's
a
enough.
few people have asked if this was 2 or 3 green, how good would it be? If this was 3 green, this would be a B plus for me, and I think Scotty said B.
Wait, if this was 3 and a green, it would be a 3 green. So it's 5 mana, but only 2 green sources.
Yes. It might have been Sanctum or something stupid like that, yeah.
Probably would
But
be.
yeah.
If that's what it was.
Yeah, if it was 2 green instead of 4 green, the grade of this would be so crazily high compared to just with 4
Yeah,
green.
it would be like maybe even A minus. Like that's super easy. That's like so you cost it anytime. Like if you have 3 creatures on board until then, you just play it and.
Alright, I gotta go. Let's do the last 2 cards.
Okay.
Geist, green. For a creature tree folk spirit, it's a 1/1 trample. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on Willowgeist. When Willowgeist dies, you gain life equal to its power. So whenever you flash something back, whenever you exile something from your graveyard, whenever you use a jack-o'-lantern to help you fix, you put counters on it. That being said, a little bit vulnerable to when you draw it. Not incredibly impressive. If you exile one thing, sure, that's fine. If you exile 2 things, sure, that's like reasonable. I'm still gonna put this at a C-.
I don't like this card. I think this is like in a D range. You need to to do flashback things.
You need
Or-
2 things. You need to get this early, and you need to do the things, graveyard things.
Yeah. The problem is like you need to get this early, and then you need to do late game things for it to get bigger. I'm on a D for this. I don't like this card at all. Just a D.
I'm gonna D minus.
It's kind of shit.
Don't play this card.
I'm a little bit more optimistic. D+.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think this card is pretty shit. Even
very
in
shit.
in a dedicated deck.
You never first pick this unless you're memeing around.
Ren 7, 3 green, legendary planeswalker Ren has 5 starting loyalty. +1, reveal the top 4 cards of your library. Put all lands revealed this way into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. 0, put any number of land cards from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. -3, create a green tree folk creature token with reach, and this creature's power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control. -8, return all permanent cards from your graveyard to your hand. You get an emblem with you have no maximum hand size. That -3 is massive. The reach on the -3 is massive. This card is absurd, protects itself very well. Snowballs, gets you tons of advantage. This is an A.
Yeah. And rest into your graveyard, which is pretty good. Top 4, you get 1 or 2 lands with plus. I mean, 0, sure, you can put it. Like, -3 is a huge protection, right? Reach as well. It's 5 mana, it has 2 loyalty still, and then, like, huge protection. Like, it's usually at least a 5/5, and it's gonna grow. Oh, yeah, bomb, A. This is beautiful. Amazing card.
Yeah, sure, A. I was gonna give it an A minus, and then I'm thinking about it. I'm like, why am I giving it an A minus? There's no real reason. So it's just an A.
It does mill you pretty fast.
Sorry?
It does mill you pretty fast. So I'm actually on an A minus. It does mill you pretty fast. I'm on an A minus.
Minus because you're not playing that shuffle effect.
Yeah, mill is fine.
That's not really gonna help this card, that shuffle effect.
Yeah, you get to 0 cards and then you shuffle in your best 3 cards and you win the next 3 turns. Easy. Doomsday.
Sure. Oh, I'm gonna play Ren 7 with Unnatural Growth and get my lands. Okay, one question. I'm sorry. One question. Fire Emancipation, you remember from N21? That
Yep.
was 6 mana, triple red, and
Yes.
triple damage, right?
Yep.
Yes.
So, just from the effect, which effect is stronger? Because you have that on a bomb rating.
Yeah,
Fire
Emancipation is better.
Like, no, just, I mean, if both had the same cost.
Yep. Fire Emancipation is better.
Still better, yeah.
But these creatures are not even dying.
Sure.
What?
These
That doesn't
creatures-
matter, does it? Because your opponent's dead. After you play Fire Emancipation, your opponent's dead. Whether you do it by creatures or by hitting them in the face with spells, instant and sorceries, damage spells. Like
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah,
dumb.
I agree a lot of times. I just wanted to see. I also have Fire Emancipation on the bomb
Here's
rating.
here's fun. I mean, I know Mobius has to go. Do you remember what we gave Fire Emancipation in our initial set review grade?
Not great.
Do you remember the grade we gave?
I want to say like nigh unplayable. So like D plus, C minus, something stupid like that.
I believe we gave it an F.
Oh, we just hated it that much.
Really?
Yeah, I believe we gave it an F.
Okay, so maybe we're completely
We're
wrong
clowns.
about natural growth as well.
I don't
But
know. I
honestly, 3 pips compared to 4 pips is a huge difference. Honestly,
But it's like the thing about Fire Emancipation. Okay, sure, source you control, but it's triple damage, yes. But the thing is, like, sometimes you play it. I love the card. I think it deserves a bomb rating. I think I gave it a bomb rating. I think, I'm 99% sure it's an initial rating. But the thing about okay, the thing about it is sometimes you're gonna be blocking and you gotta block not to die because you're paying a lot of mana to not affect the board. Same like this. And then you still need some work to get it going, but it is extremely powerful. I completely agree. But this thing is gonna make you like block. It's gonna be like opponent cannot attack into you. There is like they just cannot do that. I don't know. Okay, I really I want. Is it rare? It's not a mythic. Great, it's not a mythic. Okay, I really want to play with this card, and I want to prove you wrong. Okay. Well, that's about it. What do you guys feel about green?
it's decent. I'm putting that like with a question mark. Some of the commons, creature-wise, I mean, green doesn't have too much in non-creature-wise, right? There's a couple of commons that are really strong. The uncommons are pretty good, but overall, it becomes what, like third, fourth in terms of overall strength. I think black is best by a significant margin, I feel. White seems okay, creature power wise, like density of common uncommons that are playable, and then probably red followed by blue or green.
I think green has like green commons leave a lot to be desired. Definitely leave a lot to be desired. It's the green removal uncommon is one fight spell. Am I right? Is that it? One fight spell. Is that am I wrong about it?
Yeah, is the sure shot an uncommon?
Uncommon.
Nope, that's an uncommon. Yeah, sorry. It's an
Yeah,
uncommon.
yeah.
It's one
So,
fight spell.
yeah, we have one removal at common. Red has like 4. Black has like 3 or 4, of which 3 are amazing. The 3 common removals in black are better than all the other common removals in every other color.
Yeah, man, the black removal is always good, but this time, compared to the rest, it's like, whoo-wee! By the way, green can splash all of those removal, right?
Yes.
Even into the live, but it's not something you really want to splash a lot of times, but depending on your deck. Maybe Simic Zombies, so you don't care. Okay, gonna be a pretty freaking interesting set to draft. The synergies are
Gonna be
everywhere.
fun, I think. Unless... So my fear with this set is that the bombs are so bomby that unless you're in black or maybe red, you're going to be dying to bombs so much that it's going to get real boring real quick.
I'm not sure. The bombs seem pretty bomby, but then the power level of the set, I think, is definitely there. Especially in the with all the synergies that are happening. I think it's... I think bombs are going to be manageable.
Green definitely seems like the weakest color, though.
Green?
Yeah, it's back in weakest spot.
We've had this like a few times, the green uncommons being crazy, some of them, and then green commons being a little bit a bunch weaker. That always puts it in danger, like are you gonna get those uncommons? But to me, like every color seems playable outside of the hand smoother setting, of course. But yeah, black just has such solid removal. It's it's pretty.
I feel like in best of one, like with AFR, all you're gonna want to do is white, red, black, white, black, red, or in descending order: black, red, white.
White, black, red. Yeah, that seems.
Those are going to be the colors of best of one. And if you're playing blue or green, you're going to get shafted.
Probably. We gotta see, but probably. Blue seems like it's not gonna have a good place in
In
best
best
of
of
one.
3, I think blue-green might be a decent combo if it's open. The problem with that is, right, that red and black are so deep that you could draft it and have maybe 1 or 2 other drafters of those colors as well and still end up with a decent deck. And with green-blue, it's going to suffer from that thing where you basically need to be the only drafter in that archetype, or you're going to have a real hard time. But if you happen to be the only drafter, you might have a good deck. White's interesting because white pairs well with everything. I think it pairs fairly well with everything. I want to say the weakest pairing is with either blue or green, but then that's because blue or green are shite. So I think again black is by miles above the rest, and red is a really good support color, and it just has some decent cards if it's open enough. Red black is going to be good. Obviously, red white is going to be decent, more decent than I thought it would be. I was afraid for Simic and for Boros, and it seems like Simic has been given the short end of the stick, and Boros might have a lifeline. Like it might be okay. We'll see.
I'm a little bit afraid for Simic, just because of the horrible interaction it has on common, right? On common, it's...
Yeah.
But then again, Simic should be able to splash a little bit more, and then So, yeah, black is deep, but black removal is gonna... this is my, prognosis. It's gonna be so taken, because it's gonna be splashed in a ton of green decks, it's gonna be splashed in a lot of green decks. It's gonna be splashed anywhere where it can be splashed, and that's for common removal. So yeah, it's nice that black didn't get is there any black removal that requires 2 except the Eternal Life that can also be cast for 1? I don't think so.
No.
So that's nice. All the black removal is splashable, which kind of helps.
No, wait. The is it 3 mana -5/5 is double black, isn't it?
That's a rare.
Sure, but okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
But that one's double black, 1 colorless, -5/5 or -2 to all tokens. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, but who cares about that, right?
I mean,
So
it exists unless you don't look at it, I guess.
I'm having a huge that doesn't matter for anyone who's drafting this set, right? You're never expecting that card. The thing, okay, I'm having really high hopes for this set. Seems incredibly complex, and seems like depending on what cards you're gonna be picking on pack 3 are gonna be even in the same archetypes are gonna be very, very different from draft to draft. Like really,
Yes.
I
hope so. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's every time that happens, and it feels like it will this time. Talking about non-hand smoother games where you're not forcing. That's a beautiful thing. It opens up so much. It lets you improve so much. It lets the skill play out so much.
When is it open? Is it actually coming out? Exactly.
On 16th,
Friday?
right? 4 days.
Let me see.
Thursday?
Where's Monday?
Scotty?
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday?
Yeah, Scotty is Thursday, right?
Thursday.
Scotty,
Yes.
what do you have to say about a set? Like, in all, what do you think? What's your prognosis?
Yeah, I'm gonna bet that it's funny that green and blue are the worst colors, but green and blue in combination, given that what you said about splashing and general, depending how the synergies play out, might actually just be really good together.
Yeah.
So that's actually kind of an interesting point, and a point where color imbalance can actually be okay in a format where there's still a niche deck, maybe 1 drafter at a table, maybe 0.75 drafters at a table. Sometimes you get the dream Simic deck, and it'll be fun.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be fun. I think a lot of cards, again, in late pack 2, pack 3, are not gonna be straightforward in what you wanna pick, depending on what the synergies in your deck will allow you to do and what the power level of the new cards are gonna be. So.
Are you saying fast or slow?
Not too fast, not too slow. I think in a best of 3 setting, but pretty swingy. rarely those you're gonna have like some zombie, some board, like you're gonna go wide with zombies and tokens, and then you're gonna have like a huge swing with +2/+1 or something like that, +2/+0, and then you're and then you or you're gonna have like a few werewolves and you're gonna turn it night, and it's gonna be like huge swing. So those huge swings over the turns are, I think, gonna be it's gonna be very hard to block on some boards. You're just gonna have to pray sometimes, or the opponent is gonna have to pray. Guys, you have anything else to add, or is this it?
I have a small fear, other than the rarity power level, that this might turn into M21. I have a small fear of that.
What about M21?
Fast.
I mean, M21 was not that fast. The best one was
pretty
super fast.
Yeah, it was pretty fast. It was pretty aggressive.
Best of 3?
I don't know, man. I couldn't talk about a best of 3 for M21 because I don't think I ever played any best of 3 for M21. But best of 1 for this is going to be.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's just best one for 90% of the sets, right? Aggressive, aggressive, aggressive.
I think it's going to be worse.
No.
Than usual.
It's always a shit show. It's always a shit show. That's how it is.
Okay. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for hanging out with us. Chad and Lola, thanks for hosting us. Thanks, Scotty, for staying up, I guess. I'm going to go get my baby now. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Thursday. Yeah. Okay.
Scotty, anything else to add?
Absolutely not. I would like to add that I'm really hungry. Let's go.
Yeah, okay. Everybody, thank you for joining us. Please check out the guys' web. We got a guy's comment. And see ya, see ya on the probably Cube AFR for most of us. Not sure how much Mobieus is going to be able to stream. And yeah, in 4 days, we are going to have...
I'm definitely going to stream on Thursday and just probably Thursday. And then I've got Flesh and Blood stuff.
Okay, so all right. Yeah, pretty exciting. I'm gonna publish the tier list when it's like we still gotta check it a little bit, and yep, it's gonna be ready soon. Gonna announce it on different things, but yeah, you got it here. Guys are gonna have it on their channels as always. So yeah, see ya before Innistrad, and I cannot wait for Innistrad. Yeah.